Test. Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to say good afternoon to everyone, and they asked me to say a little prayer and do some smudging, so I'll do that. Bear with me for a little bit. Lord, come to you today to uh, help us have a good day. Um, uh, Touch our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our thoughts, so that we could have good feelings towards one another. Um, what's about to happen, and all the words that are said today, Lord, watch over us and guide us, Lord. Our families, our children, our grandchildren, um, watch over us and bless us, Lord, so that we could have a good day and carry on for what we need to do for our young ones, our tribal leaders, our families. We pray this in your name, Lord Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Pinigigidero. Hanachini Karagiwina. I want to welcome everybody to our Tribal Council election forum for the primary election that's coming up on Tuesday. I wanted to say thank you for bearing with me as this is a last minute event, but we wanted to make sure that everybody gets the word out and knows all about the election happening on Tuesday. You'll be able to vote for the people on the primary candidate list from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So make sure you're able to do that. This event is hosted by Little Priest Tribal College, and we have food and drink sponsored by Sweetwater Cafe and Little Priest Tribal College. My name is Alexandria Walker, and I am the Native American Studies instructor for Little Priest Tribal College. And in collaboration with this event, I was able to get some questions from my students. But first, I wanted to welcome our candidate today, who is joining us, Liz Bayer.
Hinikarigi mashiziwiga hingaidina chashep um hikarach. My name is Elizabeth Bear. I'm a member of the Eagle Clan, and my Indian name means golden eagle feather. and I was born and raised here on the reservation. My mother is Cecilia Earth, and my father is Timothy, the late Timothy Bayer, his adopted name, and he's a little walker. My maternal grandparents are Lillian Decora Earth and Herman Brown Sr. My mother was claimed by Charles Earth, and my paternal grandparents are um, Lois Irene Cleveland and Steve Little Walker. I have five sons: Gregory Bass III, Aspen, Devon, Timothy, Ashton, LaPointe. While growing up, I've always stressed education is the key. Today, my children have been successful, leading to reach their full potential and goals. I have two sons that have graduated with their bachelor's degree. One is pending, and two are in high school. Myself, I have attended Nebraska Indian Community College, Little Priest Tribal College, Wayne State College, Bellevue University. I have worked for the Winnebago tribe 15 plus years in several positions. I have gained the knowledge and experience that would prepare me to be a successful tribal leader. Back in the 80s, as a young girl, after school, I would walk to the Black Hawk Center, spend most of my years there. During that time, Reuben Snake was the chairman, and my mother was a secretary. Back then, life was simple, nothing fancy. I remember there was a coffee table, there's deer head and buffalo head in the conference room, and just chairs in the tribal chambers. And I remember the past tribal councils work for the people, working towards goals and try to make life better for the people. I recognize we have a lot of successful tribal members that have set foundation for the people. If elected, I would like to move forward in that same positive direction. My voice is for the people, our community, our elders, our future generations to come. My platform focus is the Boys and Girls Club, the casinos, childcare, culture, elders, food sovereignty, hemp, housing, language, new and old venues, sports, tribal, small businesses, water, youth programs. I humbly ask for your 2023 vote and support the election. Please feel free to contact me, and you're welcome to attend my luncheon at 209 Mathewson on Tuesday. Pinigigi, that all that are supporting me along with my and that have encouraged me in a good way. I appreciate it.
Pini Gagilias for introducing yourself and making yourself vulnerable to the people in this room. I know running for council isn't exactly easy. Right now, we are doing our student sanity elections coming up this week as well here at Little Priest. And so this is actually a time for everybody to get out the vote within the Winnebago community. And so, as I mentioned before, I did have some student questions, but we can't really have much of a discussion with just one candidate here that's on the primary list today. And so, when we do the general election event held here at Little Priest Tribal College, I will bring all of the questions from my students in my Native American Studies courses. Does anybody have any questions for Liz? Or, okay. Hold on, I need to give you the microphone.
Liz, I just wanted to ask you what would be your three top priorities if you were elected to be on the council?
There we go.
I would focus on the elders, the youth, and education. Um, Also, like culture and tradition, and trying to help our younger generation um, move forward so we don't lose our culture and our tradition, and also to help them be successful in getting their education and bringing it back to the community.
Does anybody else have any questions? 'Cause if not, that's okay. All right. Well, since this is a very short audience, this is going to be a short forum as well. Oh, we just had some people walk in. Hey, Willie. And so Liz just finished introducing herself and answering some questions on how she plans on leading the tribe if elected into council. And so with that, I want to promote the event that's coming up here in Little Priest Tribal College. We will be doing, yes? Oh, one moment. Sunshine has something. Yes.
Here, this is almost taller than me. Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to take some time. I know there's not very many people here, and talk about the upcoming general elections. I know this is focusing on the primary, which is coming up this Tuesday, and I encourage everybody to, use their right to vote. But I'm announcing today that I will be running as a write-in for the tribal council during the regular elections, which is the first Tuesday in October, I believe. So I just kind of wanted to introduce myself, and if you guys bear with me a bit, and I will read my paper here. My name is Sunshine Thomas Bear, and I am a member of the Ho-Chunk Nishochachi. I am Hunch Hiki Karach, and my biological parents are Louise Thomas. Her parents were Irma Rose Kelsey and Bernard Thomas. And my biological father is Wilbur J. Wolf, and his parents are Cynthia Baker and Dave Cleveland. I was raised, though, by my adoptive parents, Charlie and Eva Bear. His parents were Josephine Baker and Earl Bear, and my adoptive mother was Stockbridge Muncie, which is a band of the Mohicans, and her parents were Lyle and Rose Bowman. I'm very grateful for the upbringing I had and was raised not only here in Winnebago, but I spent my summers with my adoptive mother's family in Wisconsin. I was always a part of my biological family, although I was adopted, and I am thankful for being lucky enough to have two fathers and two mothers. I have 9 children and 1 grandson who I love dearly, which I think is my most important job today, being his grandmother and making a better place for him. I am currently the Tribal Historic Preservation Officer, the NAGPR Rep, Cultural Preservation Director, and Angel Decorah Museum Director. And my office is located at the Angel Decorah Museum and Research Center, which is just over here on the Little Priest Tribal College campus. I also sit on the Winnebago Health Foundation Board, Little Priest Tribal College Board of Trustees, and the Cultural Committee at the hospital, and I volunteer my time in various other committees in museums, and also here, like the Powwow Committee, to serve my Winnebago community, or our Winnebago community. After seeing the list of those who are running for the Winnebago Tribal Council, I truly felt compelled to run as a write-in because it worries me the direction our tribe is going, and I don't want to leave a mess for our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, and generations after that. There are several things that I think council members should possess. I'm not perfect by far, and I have never claimed to be. But I do love my people, our lands, our culture, and language. I believe I have made that very apparent in the things that I do in my home, work, boards, committees, and things I do in the community without the thought of running for council in my mind. But to show my love for my community by being present and encouraging change, transparency, and show that nothing can happen or change unless you go out there and help do it. I was told by my father at a young age, and something he ingrained in my head since I was young, without our language and culture, we are no longer a Winnebago people. I firmly believe that and try my best to stand by that belief daily in my home and everywhere that I work or help out. Um, we have come to a time where change is needed. Although I know I cannot make this change on my own, I hope I can be a person who stands by what they say and make our tribe a better place for our grandchildren and generations after that. There are so many different things that our council and tribe face that perhaps we weren't ready for or equipped to make the decisions on. But subjects like language, culture, and enrollment should be at the forefront. We can't pass on a system that hasn't worked for us to the next generation. We have to make decisions that will give them the tools to be successful and allow them to continue on in our language, culture, and education like our people wanted for them before us and like we want for them now. Education isn't the only thing we need. When I think of education, I don't just think of the Western education like schools, high school, colleges, trade schools. These are all very important, but education about who we are, where we have come from, where we are going, and where we want to go as a people. A focus on our culture and language, standing firm in who we are and knowing where we have come from. This is the key to making us successful in other areas that we aim to be in. There are multiple issues we face today. Bringing importance back into our culture and language, enrollment, and how to make the decision best to ensure we as a people are still here generations from now. Education, ensuring our kids are getting the education they deserve from the earliest years to beyond. Financial decisions that will help our future generation. Healthcare, meaningful and correct care of our people. Holding our hospital accountable and bringing back the importance of traditional knowledge. Housing for our people, elders, young ones out of high school, attending college or fresh out of college, and making all housing affordable in our community. Employment, apprentice opportunities, career pathways, leadership, readiness, and skill training. These and many other issues come to the forefront for our council, and I believe change is needed to do this. To me, to be on the tribal council, it requires you to understand we are servants of the people. It is a public service to be in this position, not something that puts me or anyone else higher than anyone. We have unfortunately taken on a system that was meant to colonize us with our constitution, legal system, and how our tribal government runs. But we are in the position, being a sovereign nation, to change and make changes that benefit our people for generations to come. I feel I can help lead us in that direction, not because I know everything, but because I am willing to look at the whole picture and help produce successful change to lead us in that direction. My thought is not only for us, but more importantly, that we are here generations after this. So in October, I'm asking you to please write me in for a seat on the tribal council and help me make the changes we need for our people and for our future generations and our grandchildren. And that's it. Thank you.
Pinigi Sunshine, I think somebody has a question for you.
Sunshine, you talked about enrollment, and I just want to know how you feel about lowering the blood quantum that I think they're going to be voting on.
So I have a lot of thoughts on our enrollment issues that we face today. And I think that lowering the blood quantum would only put a Band-Aid on the issues that we face, and that would lead the the issue to our grandchildren and my grandchildren and great grandchildren to have to make the decision on. It would have to ensure that our tribe is still here for even generations after, you know, 7 generations from now. We would have to go to descendancy. And I know that people may be not informed about the issue with descendancy, but I think that following descendancy would ensure that we are here, in generations, and that would be something that I would be um, trying to push for if I were to sit on council. I think that a lot of people's fear is that um, monetarily it would take from us as a people. But if you look at other tribes that have done that and followed descendancy, they have actually gotten more funding after taking that initial leap into descendancy. So that would be my hope for us. I think that we always go back and forth since I was young about blood quantum, and it was a system that was designed to eradicate us and ensure that we are no longer here. And it doesn't make sense to continue to use a system that is against us.
Are those all the questions for the audience? Okay. Oh. So for Liz and Sunshine, because I'm not a candidate.
Oh.
I'm not old enough.
Oh, I didn't notice. Hi, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Joy Lee Blong. I'm a Winnebago tribal member, and I'm sorry I'm late. I was shopping. But anyway, um, I wanted to know, what are your credentials? Like, what is your educational credentials? What is your experience? What do you have that you think you're bringing to the table or share with us that is different from who is currently on there?
Um, Good afternoon, Joy. I have worked with the tribe. Well, first, I have gone to, what I did say is I went to Little Priest Tribal College, um, Nebraska Indian Community College, and Wayne State, and Bellevue University. And I have worked with the tribe 15 plus years. I've served on several boards throughout my time during my employment, and I have a lot of knowledge of how boards are within a tribal organization, and yeah, that's it.
Thanks, Liz.
Oh. My education background is I graduated in 2012 from Little Priest Tribal College with an Associate of Science in Business. I then went to UNL, where I graduated with my bachelor's degree in Human Services and Education. After that, I played around with going into a master's with special education, but I changed my mind and ended up getting another associate's degree at Little Priest Tribal College in Native American Studies, and I currently attend OU, Oklahoma University, for my master's in Indigenous Peoples Law, and I also still take classes at UNL. The various positions that the various job titles that I have, I think have helped mold me into the person that I am today. I am still learning. I think just like all of us, we're always learning. But it has helped show me the different areas that um, need more focus, and it has helped me become more articulate. If anyone knows me, I am a total introvert, so I don't like getting up and speaking. I'm more of a worker. I I think that one of the things I possess is my work ethic. I like to get things done. I'm definitely a go getter, and I like to, um, do things that bring our people together rather than, you know, falling into the lateral oppression that we sometimes face, with people talking about each other and not supporting one another. I do things within the museum that help bring people together. And, I just like to help my people. And it has also shown me the different issues that we face with our land and water. And I think that those are something that should be at the forefront as well. The pollution within our Missouri River and the issues with our land. But all these different areas that I sit in, I believe, have helped me be the person that I am today and am able to get up here and talk in front of you all and kind of voice my thoughts on certain subjects. I don't know if I went off. I think you're good.
Thank you, Sunshine. So, anybody else have any questions? Oh, okay. Let me give the mic to you, Willie. Okay. We swapped mics.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Willie Bass. I'm from the Bear Clan, the Winnebago tribe. And I just wanted to say Pinigigi, thank you to Liz and Sunshine for being present at this community forum. I think it's really important that that space is provided for our candidates to share why they're running for leadership of our tribe. So I just want to say Pinigigi and thank you for being here because already that says a lot about your priorities. And I know it's, it's been said that this forum was a little last minute, but you guys still made arrangements to be here. And so I think that speaks volumes there. So I wanted to say that. And I also wanted to thank Alexandra and whoever else had a hand. I think Kiana, Charlie may have helped you guys sort of get this going. I know this was your first time doing this, Alex. So thank you guys for stepping up to provide this space for our community and our tribe because it's really important that we're informed before we make our vote on Tuesday. So thank you guys for doing that. My question that I wanted to ask both Sunshine and Liz is, right now there's, I guess, a hot topic, with Warhorse casinos developing and, gaining momentum. And over the next few years, there'll be a dividend that goes to the tribe and it'll increase over time. And so there's a lot of discussion going on in the community about how those dividends should be spent. And people have, candidates have expressed some of their ideas on how the dividend should be spent. One of the ways that I hear and see how candidates are looking to spend that is per cap. And the conversations that I have had with people in the community, tribal members, I see both sides of the spectrum. There's tribal members who think that the first thing that we should do is have a per cap with those dividends. And then on the other side of the spectrum, there's others who think that that shouldn't be a priority because we should have fully funded programs first before we consider distributing money to people, such as like ensuring that our culture and language programs are fully funded, our programs that address substance abuse and domestic violence and all these other issues in the community that may be underfunded. And so I just want to know from the candidates, what is your view on per cap? And should that be our first priority? Should it be something we consider down the road? I just kind of want to get a feel of what your guys' priority is when it comes to those dividends.
Thank you, Willie, for the question. But my my how I feel about it is that we need to get back to our tribe and our community first and foremost, and our future generations to come to lay that foundation down so we can be a successful tribe and organization for our future generations. And then maybe down the road we can go and then see where the numbers are and see where we're at. But not right now. I feel like we need to focus still on our tribe, and we have a lot of other things like homelessness and domestic violence, and I would rather put more money into culture and tradition and language, our language program. We have one language um, classroom, and we need more teachers out there to teach the language so we can have another classroom and have that available to our young ones. And there's there more language development to educate our young students. That would be where we can put the funds towards. And later on, I would probably look at the numbers and say, hey, you know, the tribal members deserve this, and just being, you know, we could help in some way, shape or form. Another thing is like the working class. What can we give back to the working class? Like, you know, bring ideas to the table, you know, do a survey. What are your ideas as a tribal member? What would you like to see, and bring it to the table and give us some ideas. Thank you.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you for the question, Willie. I think that when we think of money, it kind of comes to us like, oh, we want a per cap. We all need money. Especially nowadays with inflation and everything. But I think that there are multiple issues that our community faces, like housing for our elders. One of the housing issues that I see are for our young ones that are fresh out of high school or out of college or in between college and home, where they cannot find places to live. They have to live with others, they have to live with their parents, and I think that that is a age issue that we're kind of missing. We focus on our elders, of course, and on you know older people being able to buy homes, but the needs are, if we want to educate our children, and we want them to go get these higher educations, we need to have homes for them to come back to. And I think a lot of them would rather be doing that on their own rather than, coming home to live with people or relatives, and not that that's bad or anything, but giving them that choice to take care of themselves, to have their own homes. Some of these young ones have partners, and are trying to make it on their own. That would be one area that I would like to see, um, you know, future funding go to. Um, I personally don't have an issue with per cap. I think that it's great, if we have the extra funding for per cap to do that. But is everything else taken care of? Is our culture and language departments funded? Is our schools getting the things that they need? Our healthcare, um, like I just talked about, our housing and employment opportunities. I know there's a lot of departments that are shorthanded in our community, and being able to fund those, but also give opportunities and funding to apprentices, because we always talk about we want our our own people in these positions. But how can we make that happen if we don't have the funding in those areas to ensure that our young ones are coming up and being able to have those opportunities like the apprentice program right now? I'm sure there are tons of other high schoolers that would want to be able to participate in that program, but we only have funding for so many. Um, as well as the the internships, and I would love to see internships within the tribe as well, and funding to our higher education department. There's so many different things that our community and our people face, and per cap, it is a great idea after we've ensured that we have taken care of everything else. And that's my thoughts on per cap.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions for Sunshine or Liz? Okay, Bryce is bringing you the mic.
Um, Thanks, people, for being here. I always hear people talk about, our numbers when it comes to our tribal reservation members. I mean, our tribal members. But what about the people that live off the reservation? We have a lot of people that live in this tri-state area, and they get minimal services. Do you ever think that? I mean, I guess I want to know, what is your stance on opening up voting to the off reservation members?
It's a good question. Does anyone want to take a stab at that first?
I believe that like we're one tribe, so I think that it would give us more opportunity and benefit us to engage all the tribal membership. But I think that they should have an opportunity as well as tribal members here on the reservation, but more so try to get them to encourage them to learn like the culture, language, everything that is put here as well, and an education as well.
Thank you.
So regarding off reservation tribal members voting, I'm all for it. I think that as tribal members, we should all have a voice. We are all a part of this membership, not just those residing on the reservation. And I think that, that's the beauty of technology nowadays. You can become informed. You can attend tribal council meetings. You can, attend language and culture classes via the internet. Um, I would encourage off reservation tribal members, to be knowledgeable and um, to be knowledgeable and learn about what's happening here. I mean, this is affecting all of us. The decisions that the tribal council makes, the things that happen here, it should not be something that is focused just on our reservation tribal members. And that's kind of a divide that we see within our membership. And I think that to help heal those, divisiveness that we have faced, it is important to hear the voices of on and off reservation tribal members. So, I would be for that.
Thank you, Sunshine. And so I wanted to emphasize again that the elections for the primary for the tribe are on Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So make sure you do get out and vote. I wanted to promote the event that's happening here on not at Little Priest, but on Little Priests. It's sponsored by us and hosted by us. Out at the Statue Gardens on September 15th, we are doing our celebration for Little Priest out there. So make sure you do that. I believe the timing is from 4 to 8 p.m. There'll be food. There's going to be lots of spots for guests. All of the staff is going to be there. So if you're an alumni or you want to know more about Chief Little Priest or this college, please show up. I wanted to thank everybody for coming out here today. Sunshine and Liz, if anybody else has questions for you, where can they find you? Liz says you can email her at elizabeth.bear@winnebagotribe.com.
And I just wanted to make a comment. I know we were talking about this earlier. So you cannot write anyone in on the primary, is what I was told. There's no spots for a write in on the primary. And if you write someone in, the ballots will become soiled. So I just wanted to clear that up. I don't want there to be any confusion. I am running for a write-in on our regular election. And if anyone has any questions for me, they can email me at sunshine.bear@winnebagotribe.com, or they can give me a call or shoot me a text at 402-922-2631. And I encourage, anyone who wants to discuss any matters, just please, I'm always open and free to discuss anything that comes up. And then
There will be another forum towards the end of the month. So stay tuned to Little Priest social media. We are going to look at getting flyers posted around town for the general election as well.
About, can you hear me? Oh, since we were talking about clarifying the voting, it's my understanding that if we on this is the general election, some people have been like a little bit discouraged or dismayed about some of the candidates, and they were like, I don't even want to vote. I'm only interested in one person. Um, so to clarify that, I believe if a person wants to vote, instead of having to vote for all three, they can just vote for one. Is that correct?
I believe so. They don't have to choose all three. Yes. Thanks for offering that thought. So, like I said, stay tuned to Little Priest Tribal College social media. We will be announcing our second Tribal Council Forum that we will be hosting towards the end of this month. So, if you have any questions for these guys or any other Tribal Council members who will be on the general election forum, please stay tuned. Pinigigi, thanks for everybody for showing up.